Good morning, everyone. My name's Marcus. Just here, about to post upload and post this video on my YouTube channel. Anyway, I was gonna do this last night. I was just too tired. I was debating on watching the Knicks and Spurs game, but I didn't really sleep. I didn't really sleep during the day. Anyway, so I just fell asleep and watched the game. I'd never watched any of the games. I had been working. I work an overnight job, so I just been catching the highlights. Anyway, first and foremost, congratulations to the New York Knicks and winning their first championship since 1973. So I believe it had been 53 years. But anyways, congratulations to the Knicks and congratulations to the Spurs on advancing. I am not the biggest Spurs fan, but I have, over the years, I have slowly gained a lot of respect for them when during the Duncan, Parker, Ginobili era, and Greg Popovich. I've always had respect for them, even though I was not really a big fan. I used to really like them a lot back in the day with David Robinson, Terry Cummings, Rod Strickland. That's how far back. Avery Johnson at one point. My point is this: the reason why I'm making this video, the reason why I'm making this video is because I really love basketball. I've loved basketball since I was 13 years old. As you can see, I've been a diehard Bulls fan since I was 13. And over the years, I've kind of lost my love and zest for the game. I'm a little older. Every now and then I go shoot hoops, but that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is this. When watching the highlights of the Knicks and Spurs, especially the play of Jalen Brunson and the role players on the Knicks, such as Josh Hart, Carl Anthony Towns, Jose Alvarado, they those teams and even the Knicks, they rejuvenated my love for the game, especially Victor Wembanyama and the whole Spurs team. They rejuvenated my love for the game. I love the way Wembanyama plays. Yes, he does need to hit the weight room. Yes, he needs to get a little stronger in the upper body and develop a post game rather than settle for threes or jumpers on the outside. Not that he doesn't go inside because, but for the most part, he stays outside from what I've seen. And in my honest opinion, I think the Spurs have a bright future. However, the reason why I believe the Knicks won is because they had that grit, they had that fight, determination, and belief. And my thing is, they had a lot of heartbreak over the years. Spurs, their first time in the finals since 2014, so it had been 12 years, I believe, since it had been 12 years since they won the championship and advanced to the finals. But this young Spurs core is an awesome core. They have a bright future. They might need to add a few pieces. I think the one thing that the Spurs were missing is veteran leadership. At least one or two solid veterans, like like maybe like a Mario Ellie, who played for the Rockets and played for the Spurs, played for the Rockets, won 2 rings with the Rockets. He was a journeyman, and then he won a ring with the Spurs in '99. And Robert Ory, somebody that is a veteran, a tough-minded veteran, and said, "No effing around. We gotta close. When we mean business, we gotta mean business. That's pretty much it." Anyhow, this is a congratulations to the New York Knicks. Great job, great, awesome job. It's awesome. The city of New York deserves this. Congratulations to the city, to the organization, the fans, the coaching staff, everyone there. That the only negative backlash that is gonna come from this is just the fighting. That is ridiculous, especially from New York fans. I never realized how crazy New York fans are. And I get it. I can get passionate too, but I'm not fitting to throw any hands or blows with anyone, no matter what. That's dumb, And just in the future, Knick fans, be smarter, be safer, show more class, and be respectful. And because you wouldn't want that to happen to any one of your family members, just be mindful. Just be very, very mindful what you guys are doing, because what if you have kids and that your kids see that and they think it's okay to just beat the you know what out of somebody. That's not right. It's not right. I am happy for the city of New York. I really am. One of my favorite players growing up, believe it or not, Patrick Ewing. I actually admired the Knicks back then for their grit, determination, and I'm not saying I'm a diehard Knicks fan because I'm not a diehard Knicks fan. I like the Knicks. I do like the Knicks, but I've always been a fan of Patrick Ewing. I've been a fan of other players other than from the Bulls. I've been a fan of other players other than Michael Jordan, Scotty, as well as my favorite team, which is the Bulls. I was a fan. I've been a fan of Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Charles Barkley. So the list goes on and on. Yes, don't get it twisted. I'm a die-hard Bulls fan. But yes, I can have favorite players and, like other teams. But as far as the team that I rock with, the way that the Knicks fans rock with their Knicks, this is the team I rock with. Through thick and thin, no matter what. And yes, they're terrible. Yes, they're awful right now. Hopefully they get to where the Knicks got to last night. But this video is just about congratulating the New York Knicks, and you guys deserved it. You guys deserved winning that championship. Great job, awesome job, and thank you guys for rejuvenating my love for the game once again. It got me into it even when Denver won it several years ago. The Nikola Jokic, oh my goodness, another team that won it, and even when the Pacers and Knicks met last year, I believe in the conference finals, my love for the game slowly started to rejuvenate. It slowly started to build up. It was just there were things and there were games and there were playoff series that rejuvenated. I've always loved the game since I was 13, and yes, I'm a little older, obviously. So every chance I get, I try to go to the park and shoot hoops by myself just to stay a little as active as I can. But anyhow, congratulations to the New York Knicks. As I said before, and I'll say it again, well done, well deserved. And Spurs fans, don't be so upset right now. You guys have a bright future. You guys have an amazing bright future. In my honest opinion, you have a dynasty coming towards you guys. In the future, I see maybe 2 or 3 championships. With the way you guys constructed this team, the way you guys scouted and drafted, and the Spurs have always been very good about finding players you've never heard about. Always, as long as I can remember. They scout real well, they draft real well, and they just had that. And that's another classy organization. As much as I'm not a big fan, I do respect the Spurs fan base and the Spurs organization more than I respect the Dallas Cowboys fan base. No offense. Anyhow, but the Spurs, you guys got a bright future. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Victor Wembanyama, the coach is, Mitch Johnson. It's a very young team. They have to go through growing pains, and I think once they have to go through enough growing pains to win a championship. And they beat OKC. I never realized the Spurs were this good, to be honest with you, but they're for real. And like I said, congratulations, and thank you guys for rejuvenating my love for the game once again. You guys, even though I didn't get to watch any of the playoff games or even any of the finals games, I was watching highlights on my phone, but just thank you. That means a lot to me, and look forward to the upcoming season. Off season is today, started today. Obviously, last game of the season was last night, but thank you once again, and hopefully the Bulls can get there one day. Thank you for watching my video. God bless.